following last year's health overhaul. More from NPR's Julie Rovner. The suit challenging the constitutionality of the health law was filed by a New Jersey physicians group and an unidentified patient of one of the doctors. The lower court found that neither had standing to sue, since neither could demonstrate any imminent injury caused by the law. Now, a three-judge appeals court panel in Philadelphia has unanimously upheld that lower court's ruling. Two other cases are pending at the appeals court level. They could eventually be headed to the Supreme Court, however. Appeals courts in Atlanta and Richmond are both considering lower court rulings that found some or all of the health law unconstitutional. An appeals court in Cincinnati has already upheld the law's requirement for most people to have insurance starting in the year 2014. That case is already on its way to the High Court. Julie Rovner, NPR News. The Justice Department says it's broken up an international network engaged in the sexual abuse of children. On Wall Street, nearing the close, the Dow up 28 points, the Nasdaq up 26 to 2,695. This is NPR. Amid speculation that sales of the iPhone and Android smartphones will weaken resurgent Motion's BlackBerry business, the company's releasing 5 new BlackBerries with touch screens. The company's stock price at its lowest level in 5 years. The Earth may have had not one but 2 moons for tens of millions of years. NPR's Nell Greenfield-Boyce says researchers have a new theory about our moon and a smaller companion that once existed.
Scientists have puzzled for some time over the fact that the near side of our moon is low and flat, while the far side is mountainous and steeply cratered. Now, a new theory published in the journal Nature says the mountainous region formed when the moon got hit by another, smaller moon that was also orbiting our planet early in its history. Computer simulations show that instead of leaving a big hole, a slow-motion crash could have coated one side of the moon with a thick, crusty layer that we see today. But all of this would have happened when the young Earth was still basically molten. So if 2 moons did rise and set, no one would have been around to see it. Nell Greenfield-Boyce, NPR News.
Tropical storm Emily is heading toward the Dominican Republic and Haiti. The National Hurricane Center says Emily, the 5th named storm of the season, is packing maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour. The government's Storm Prediction Center says that April set a record for the most tornadoes in 1 month. The count, 753 twisters. I'm Louise Schiavone, NPR News, Washington.
Support for
Too much OJ, or apple juice.
New this year at Speaking of Women's Health. Don't miss the personal pampering day with free makeovers,
Way too much apple juice.
prizes, and more. Enjoy a day of free house creams, a $95 value, and much more.
Cheers.
Treat yourself to Speaking of Women's Health, Saturday, August 20th, at the Hyatt Regency, Jacksonville Riverfront. Visit WJCC.
Doesn't leave you feeling like digesting rubber like McDonald's, McDowell's, all that fast food stuff.